morning. Welcome to Story Time. My name is Rebecca Mankins, and I'm excited to share a book with you and your children today. Before we begin, I want to talk a little bit about the fact that we're going to be talking about some math concepts today. And when we do this, I'm going to give each child 4 buttons. And because I didn't want to give out real buttons, I wanted to give you some CDs, which are going to be their buttons that they're going to work with today. We're going to be talking about taking away, so subtraction today. But what's really great is that these are things you could do at home. So when you're walking up the stairs and counting, walking down the stairs, getting things at the grocery store, putting them in your cart, it would be really great to be doing some of these things with your kids at home. And research has shown that if you do a lot of these things at home, that kids do better later on in life, not only with math, but with reading and other one-on-one correspondence. So let's begin with the book, Pete the Cat and His 4 Groovy Buttons by Eric Litwin. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Let's take away one of our buttons. 4 minus 1 equals 3. 3 buttons. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no, another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 3 minus 1 equals 2. 2 buttons. Did Pete cry? Goodness no, buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no, another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2 minus 1 equals 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness no, buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 1 groovy button, my 1 groovy button. Pop! Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1 minus 1 equals 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness no, buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? His belly button! And he kept on singing his song. It's all good. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness no. We keep on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. Thanks for enjoying story time today.